Fox Urgent now. The Trump administration accusing the Iranian regime of killing more than 1,000 people during a bloody crackdown on protests. We have Team Fox coverage. We begin with State Department correspondent Rich Edson reporting live from the White House. Rich.
Trey, State Department officials say they're seeing evidence that Iranian security forces were spraying bullets into protesters, killing at least a dozen children. Now, the State Department says that information is trickling out of Iran. It's difficult to get a full picture because of the information controls in that country. These protests began about a month ago. That's when Iran's government announced an abrupt increase in fuel prices. The United States also says Iran has imprisoned at least 7,000 protesters. The State Department announced sanctions on 2 prisons where they say Iran is detaining many of these demonstrators. On Monday, Amnesty International said at least 208 protesters in Iran have been killed and that the total is likely much higher. Iran has admitted to killing protesters, though government officials have dismissed that. They call them rioters and say they were armed and taking hostages. At the White House this afternoon, President Trump pushed the international community, even journalists, to hold Iran accountable.
They're killing a lot of people, and they're arresting thousands of their own citizens in a brutal crackdown in recent weeks because they're protesting. And I think the media should get involved.
Now, after those remarks, the president was also asked whether the United States was considering sending more troops to the region to address the threat from Iran. The president would only say the administration will be announcing whatever it may or may not be doing. Economic conditions in Iran have deteriorated significantly since the United States withdrew last year from the Iran nuclear agreement and restored sanctions on Iran's top exports. Iran says it refuses to negotiate with the Trump administration until the United States removes those sanctions. The U.S. has said it's not going to do that. It says that Iran could take care of its economy if it would just halt its ballistic missile program, its nuclear program, and funding militias across the Middle East.